What's up, world? I'm Jake Lapin.
I'm Julian McKenzie, and we're both the hosts of the Faceoff podcast, and it's that time of year again.
That's right, MLB season is underway, so it's time for us to make some picks.
Let's start with the AL East. My pick to win the division, the Boston Red Sox. Their rotation is solid, they still have that great mix of veterans and young players. They might miss David Ortiz a little bit, but they're still the team to beat in that division.
Yeah, I like the Red Sox too. I think even without David Price at the beginning of the season, they still have two Cy Young candidates in Chris Sale and Rick Porcello. And Mookie Betts could have easily won the MVP last year. I'm taking Boston in the AL East.
I also like the Toronto Blue Jays from this division. A lot of people are sleeping on their depth in pitching, and for years that's been kind of a problem for them. They've added guys to their bullpen, and I think they'll be all right this year.
Yeah, they lost Edwin, but they do have a sneaky good rotation. I think that's what people forget. I have the Blue Jays in as my second wild card.
They're going to miss Edwin, though. Miss the wing thing.
Speaking of Edwin Encarnacion, I think we're both taking the consensus pick in the AL Central, and that is the reigning AL champs, the Cleveland Indians.
Cleveland still has a ton of talent from last year's team, and that's where Edwin Encarnacion is, so you'll see more of the wing. They have an AL Cy Young candidate in Corey Kluber, and the best manager in the game in Terry Francona.
Yeah, like I said, reigning champs, they got even better. Do you have any wild cards in the AL Central?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
My AL West pick might surprise you, but I'm going with the Texas Rangers. They're more proven, won the past 2 years. Darvish and Hamels as good as anyone to start a rotation, and that lineup is still one of the best in the American League.
That's a surprise. I'm actually going to take Houston this year. I like their mix of young guys and older players. I commend them for their acquisitions of Josh Reddick and Carlos Beltran, by the way. Two great guys for their lineup. Dallas Keuchel is probably the second best pitcher in that division. Houston has what it takes to win that division this year.
I like the Astros too. I do have them making the playoffs. They are my first wild card team. Julian, you're still missing a wild card team in the American League.
My second wild card pick, the Seattle Mariners. They will make the playoffs for the first time since 2001. My pick for the AL wildcard game this year, Toronto versus Seattle. Toronto's going to host it at the Rogers Center. It's going to be packed. It's going to be crazy. And they'll get the job done over the Mariners. Better luck next year, guys.
I've actually got the Astros hosting the Blue Jays, and I think the Astros take it, the home team as well. I think Dallas Keuchel is too dominant at home. Astros moving up. All right, we've made it to the ALCS. Julian, who you got?
Cleveland and Boston will be the last two teams standing. It's going to be a really great matchup. Cleveland's going to win it in 6.
I also have Cleveland taking on Boston, but I have the Red Sox dethroning Cleveland, becoming the new American League champions. I think they have the rotation to get it done.
On to the National League. We take a look at the National League East first. My pick to win the division, the Washington Nationals. And the biggest reason why, Bryce Harper. He will be staring down dollar signs. Who knows if Washington's going to pay him all those dollar signs next year, but he's in a contract year. He's bound to have an amazing season.
I completely agree. This is their last chance for the Nationals to really make a run with Bryce Harper on the team. I think they win the East. Any other teams in the playoffs coming out of that division?
The New York Mets. That rotation is too scary to look away from. Matt Harvey's good. Noah Syndergaard is great. Robert Gsellman's coming out as well. The Mets are a good team.
Yeah, I have them in the wild card as well. On to the NL Central, and Julian, do you really have to ask?
Not really. The Chicago Cubs are the best team in that division. They may still end up being the best team in baseball at the end of this season.
Yeah, they've got 4 MVP candidates in their lineup already. I'm taking Chicago all the way. Anyone else in that division, wild card?
No, maybe the St. Louis Cardinals, but no, not even.
Me neither.
Moving on to the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers are my pick to win that division. Clayton Kershaw is still a bad man, in the regular season anyway. Dave Roberts is going to build on an outstanding last season. Corey Seager is a great pick as well. The Dodgers, it's their division to win.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm all in on the Dodgers in the NL West. Too much talent compared to the other teams, but I do have a wild card, and that is the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, the Giants are my pick to win the NL wildcard as well. That's a team loaded up with talent. Madison Bumgarner had 2 home runs on opening day. He currently, as of this video, leads the league in home runs.
Yeah, it's an odd year, but hey, guess what? We're still taking the Giants in the wild card.
So it looks like we have the same NL wildcard game, the Mets and the Giants. I'm actually going to give the edge to the Mets. I think their hitting comes out on top in this game.
Interesting enough, I'm actually taking the Giants. Mets have a better rotation, but that doesn't matter in a one-game do-or-die scenario. I'm going with San Francisco. For my NLCS pick, I have the Washington Nationals finally getting out of the first round, and that's about it. They're going to be so happy that they made it to the NLCS that the Chicago Cubs will be waiting for them and stomp them with a gentleman's sweep.
My pick for the NLCS, the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers, a rematch of last year. This is going to go the distance. 7-game series, drama, epicness, awesomeness. Chicago wins.
We're on to the World Series, the Fall Classic itself. That was pretty fast.
Yeah, relatively quick, yeah.
I've got the Chicago Cubs taking down the Boston Red Sox in 6 games. Couple of great historic teams with some droughts that they've ended recently. But look, the Cubs are the best team in baseball, and they've gotten even better. I'm calling for a repeat. Book it.
I've got Cleveland and Chicago in my World Series. We're talking about title droughts. This is the year Cleveland ends theirs. They had a chance last year. They didn't get it. They'll beat the Cubs in 7 games.
Well, you heard it here first. Julian's taking the Indians. I'm taking the Cubs, and thus ends our MLB Predictions show.
Be sure to check us out on iTunes, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Mixcloud. We'll see you all next time.